Many people suffer from heartburn all across the globe. In fact, about 20% of adults will suffer from heartburn one time or the other. So, in today's episode, I want to show you how to treat heartburn permanently without taking all the prescription medications. Because before we get to the treatment of heartburn and how to eradicate it completely, I want you to know some of the effect of heartburn on the human body. When you have a heartburn, you have a surge of acid coming into your esophagus and therefore giving you the burning sensation. And if you have ever suffered from that before, you know this is an unpleasant sensation. In fact, sometimes it can even mimic a heart attack. I've seen people who have come to the ER having heartburn thinking they were having a heart attack. And especially when you sleep at night, heartburn can be very excruciating and actually can disturb your sleep pattern. So today, let's talk about what it is and why people have heartburn. Because when we know the real reason behind heartburn, then we can treat this permanently without taking all those medications that people continue to take. So why do we have heartburn? Well, in the stomach, we have what we call an acid in the stomach. And this is a hydrochloric acid with a pH of around 2.0. And this is something that nature created for us because it does three things to the body. The first thing is that it helps in digestion of protein. So when you eat, the acid in your stomach will help in the digestion of protein, breaking it down to smaller molecules called peptides. The second thing that acid does, it helps in absorption of certain very important nutrients, including iron, calcium, and vitamin B12. So you do not want to mess up with the acid in your stomach. And the third thing that it does, it has a protection of your gastrointestinal system. Because of the very low pH and very acidic environment, it's able to destroy or kill a lot of microorganisms and therefore preventing overgrowth of this organism in your gastrointestinal system. So this is something that was created by nature to help us with our digestion. Now, why do people get acid reflux? There are two main mechanisms why people will suffer from acid reflux. The first one is that between the esophagus and the stomach, there is something called, there's a muscle that contracts and relaxes between your esophagus and your stomach. It's called the lower esophageal sphincter. So most of the time, these lower esophageal sphincter should be closed. Now, when there is a dysfunction of this lower esophageal sphincter, what's going to happen is that there is an acid surge because esophagus is not supposed to have an acid content. So this high acidic content from your stomach will go into your esophagus, therefore causing the burning sensation. It's just like pouring acid on your skin. It burns. So it burns your esophagus and you end up having what we call the acid reflux. The other thing that can also, another etiology or a reason why people experience acid reflux or heartburn is what we call increase in the abdominal pressure. So increased abdominal pressure. When your abdominal pressure increases, it will force the acid to go through the lower esophageal sphincter into your esophagus, therefore causing what? The burning sensation. And this we see in people who are obese or overweight. People overweight will experience acid reflux. This is because of the increase in the abdominal pressure or anything that pushes on the diaphragm. Like if you have like hiatal hernia, when the stomach content goes into the diaphragm, that can also cause an acid reflux. So these are the two main mechanisms why people experience heartburn. Now, why should you treat heartburn permanently and not suppressing the acid in your stomach? Because most of the treatment that we see on the TV or we see on advertising are medication that will suppress the acid content. And you and I have learned that the acid is so important for those three functions that I just mentioned to you. So if you suppress those acid, what's going to happen is that it can cause very much complications in your body because there could be bacterial overgrowth, all right, in your gut, and it can cause what we call C. diff colitis. That is why taking acid suppressant permanently is very, very bad to the body. And also because it helps in absorption of calcium, vitamin B12, and iron in your body. So when you permanently taking acid suppressant like Prozac or Meprazole and you're suppressing the acid in your stomach, it can cause vitamin B12 deficiency. It can cause a reduction in absorption of calcium. Therefore, you have what? Osteoporosis leading to fractures of the bone. And also, because of the reduction of absorption of certain nutrients, the proton pump inhibitors, what they can do to your body is that they can lead to what we call acute interstitial nephritis, which can lead to chronic kidney disease. So that is the reason you should not be on this medication to treat your acid reflux. And so as we go down the list, I'm going to show you what are some of the ways that you can treat acid reflux permanently without having these side effects from the proton pump inhibitors. And also, one of the reasons why you should treat your acid reflux is because if it's left untreated, it can cause many complications like erosive esophagitis, where there is erosion of the esophagus, therefore causing a lot of inflammation and a lot of pain. And these can also lead to what? Peptic ulcer disease, and a peptic ulcer disease can lead to gastrointestinal bleeding. So it's important to treat your acid reflux because of these complications. And also, when you have a prolonged acid reflux, you can develop what we call Barrett's esophagus, where the lining of the esophagus changes to form a precancerous state, and if left untreated for a long time can lead to adenocarcinoma or cancer of the esophagus, which has a very, very poor prognosis. So it's very important that you treat your acid reflux. In fact, people who have chronic cough or hoarse voices, we call laryngitis, or even asthma, has been attributed to untreated gastroesophageal reflux disease or heartburn. So these are some of the reasons why you should treat your acid reflux. So now that we know the cause of acid reflux, on my next video, I'm going to share with you some of the temporary remedies to relieve your acid reflux immediately, and also some of the permanent natural remedies that you need to get rid of all these medications you are taking so that you can live a happier life. So on my next episode, join me as I show you what are remedies that you need to treat your acid reflux. Now, if this video has been helpful to you, I want you to subscribe to my channel, give me a like, and share this video with all your friends so that your friends suffering from acid reflux will also follow me and learn how to naturally treat their acid reflux. And also, I would like you to share your experience with me, what has worked for you as far as acid reflux, so that our watchers can read and also benefit. Now, until then, remember, in the 21st century, you are your own doctor. So having information on your arsenal is so important so that your health can be taken care of. So I'll see you on my next episode.